Hi, welcome to the jar cleaning process. So what you're going to need is your jar that you used to make your lipstick and 3 paper towels. I have 2 holes, and then for my third one I kind of ripped off the end a little bit. That way you have a space to put your jar on top of. So once you have that ready, and you have your jar, you should also have dishwashing soap, the ones you use to clean your dishes. And so you're going to take your smaller one that you ripped and fold it in any way you want, and then just stick it in and take all the liquid lipstick that's still in there, and it's probably going to smear a lot. See, and then it gets really dirty, so you can just fold it again and it just wipe around there. And it's probably going to look like that depending on which color you use. And you throw this piece away, and then you take your dishwashing soap and put only a little bit in. And you don't even have to mix the dishwashing soap. And so we're going to take our first whole one in and stir it with the dishwashing soap, and the dishwashing soap helps it get out a lot, like a lot. So dishwashing soap really helps. So that kind of cleans almost all of it. See, it's a lot cleaner. And you might have some on the edge too, so just turn it over and kind of just wipe that with the soap. But if it smears like this, then just throw this one away. And that's where we have a third one. And if you want, like I'm doing, I'm gonna cut or kind of just rip with my hands my third one in halves, 2 halves. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more dishwashing soap and fold it again in any way you want. And then just mix it around and wipe all that you can. See, it helps a lot. Once you get that just about perfectly white, it should be pretty good on the inside, see? And if you want, you can just do a double check and go through it once more. And the dishwashing soap really helps, so it really helps to have that. And now for the outside. That's why I ripped mine in half. We can throw this one away. And then we use our other half. And this time, we just fold it in any way we want, but we put the dishwashing soap on the towel. Just a little bit, again. So like a little dab. And then we just clean off whatever is there with the dishwashing soap. It's always good to have dishwashing soap. And now for the side parts. And see, it cleans it right off. And you might have some on the very rim from pouring it. And you can easily just fold it on top and then just swirl it around. That's why it's also good to have the soap in the middle of it. And sometimes if the bottom doesn't come off all the way, just put a little bit dab of dishwashing soap in the center of it and then just mix it around in there and around it if it's stuck. And if it doesn't come off with the dishwashing soap and the paper towel, then you can kind of try and press harder. And if it still doesn't come off, then that's not crayon. I don't know what it is if it's not crayon. And if it's not crayon and you have long fingernails that get really dirty really often, just set down this or just throw it away and see if you can use your nails to kind of rip off the extra chunks of stuff. That's definitely not crayon. And it's you're probably going to notice if it's not crayon, because if it's not the color that you used, or one of the colors that you used recently. And you might want to take this piece again and kind of stuff it in the handles if you have them. And the handles don't really get that dirty, so it shouldn't be that dirty. Might not be dirty at all. Mine is a little bit. And you might have it a little bit on the counter, but hopefully you don't because of your paper towel from all the colors that you used. And then you have a perfectly clean jar. And it doesn't matter if you use glass jars or plastic. Well, actually, it's bad to use plastic. So I'm using kind of a glass one, except mine is white. So it's solid, and it's not plastic, and it's not bendable, no matter how hard you try. And make sure that it's not that fragile. That way, if you accidentally drop it on your way to the counter to clean it off, it doesn't shatter and break. But it doesn't really matter if it's breakable that much or not, because, again, adult supervision, safety, and probably have your parents or your guardian who's watching you at your house. Just ask them if they can move it over for you, or you can ask them to clean it for you. And you might have your hands dirty, like I do. If that happens, then just take yourself and put yourself at the sink. See, mine's really dirty. And just turn on cold water, preferably, and just mix it around. And squirt your hands with some soap and mix it around real good. In between, and everywhere, including the thumb. It's good to know how to wash your hands. And then just rinse them off. And by then, it should come off. But if it doesn't, then just use the dishwashing soap on your hands, even though it's not for your hands. It really helps a lot if it still doesn't come off. And then your hands are dry, your jar is dry and clean, and you have your lipstick. And your jar is clean, and everything. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you too. And please like and subscribe. So I will see you next time. Bye.